Way too often, too many think of self-defense as fighting, physical skills. I'm going to take a self-defense class. Do you know self-defense? You should learn self-defense. And I do this at times too. I'm as guilty as anyone. But in the reality, self-defense or personal safety is keeping our bodies safe from all types of threats. And today I want to talk about a threat that is much more likely than a boogeyman jumping out of the bushes and attacking you. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. You know, I have one of my dad cups from my daughter, thinking about her this morning, thinking about her when I decided to do the topic for this show. When she was home at Christmas time over the break from college, she was going to the gym and she had the heck scared out of her at an intersection here in Missoula, Malfunction Junction, Brooks and Russell, the intersection of those, and also South is in there too. It's redesigned from what it used to be, but it's still one of the major intersections here in Missoula. She's waiting at the red light. Light turns green. She looks both ways, starts to go along with the car that was beside her. It's two lanes going this way. The two lanes were coming this way, and everybody slammed on the brakes because a guy went running through the red light. Scared the heck out of her. She said it was actually closer to hitting the cars that were coming this way because of the direction the car was going, but it was right there in front of her too. And driving around Missoula, I see that frequently. I've watched people blow right through red lights. I've had where I'm stopping at the red light. The light is red. I stopped, and a person that was behind me in a two-lane went zipping past me through the intersection. Now, it's not surprising when I heard on the radio just this morning that Montana comes in number 2 for lethal automobile accidents. Vermont was number 1. Montana was number 2. I don't know which study it was. It was on the radio, and I heard them saying that Vermont was 1, Montana was 2 for deadly automobile accidents. And I'm not surprised. We have a lot of open roads. We have a lot of people driving very fast. We have a lot of drinking and driving that go on in this state. All of my martial art training, all of the combatives I practice and teach, the weapons that I know how to use will do me absolutely no good when a drunk driving too fast blows through the intersection and T-bones my car. Won't do you any good either. So while yes, I advocate practicing physical skills to defend yourself, I advocate knowing how to use a personal defense weapon, whether that's reflex protect or something else. I think it's only prudent to have those skills and the knowledge and the training. But it doesn't stop there. We need to take that into other things related to our lives. And one of the biggest is driving. When my daughter was home for the holidays, I never worried about her getting attacked and beat up or mugged. Well, that does happen in Missoula. It's very rare. But I did worry about her getting in an automobile accident, somebody running a red light and hitting her, somebody drunk and crossing the center line and smashing into her car. And I had a guy I went to high school with. He spent time in prison for drinking and driving and killing a couple innocent people when he crossed the center line and smashed into their vehicle. I mean, they were doing absolutely nothing wrong and lost their life. You know, my daughter could be doing absolutely nothing wrong and lose her life. It could happen to any of us. And that's why it's so important to practice defensive driving and not be one of those that are blowing through red lights, blowing through stop signs, driving way over the speed limit, not paying attention to what you're doing. Automobiles are deadly. They have the ability to kill others and the ability to kill the person driving or other passengers in the car. It's a huge responsibility and something that way too many people don't think about enough. That's my sort of sermon and preaching here today, just because I heard that on the radio and was thinking about my daughter when she almost got hit, and thinking about how none of the martial arts or combatives or weapons training would help me in the least in an automobile accident. What's going to help me is paying attention to what I'm doing, obeying the traffic laws, because if we all obey the traffic laws, it does make things go smoother and better. And just defensive driving, watching out for those that aren't paying attention, that are driving too fast, that aren't stopping and aren't doing what they're supposed to try to keep me as safe as I can. And try to have my daughter do the same when she's driving to keep her safe, and the same with my wife when she's driving to keep her safe. And that's what you should be doing to keep yourself and your loved ones safe as well. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here. Just about to sign off, but I want everybody to have a terrific Thursday. Be careful out there. I mean, a semi truck, another thing I heard on the radio just this morning, the road to Lolo, which is a town about 7 miles from Missoula, southbound was closed because of a semi truck accident. I don't know if there were any injuries. Northbound into Missoula was slow. Southbound was stopped because of a big accident. It happens daily, and people are dying almost daily, just in Montana. Definitely dying daily, around the United States. We need to be careful. And our self-defense or self-personal protection strategy and training need to carry outside of the martial art hall or the training hall where we're practicing combatives into the driving, into everything else we do. Go out, make it a terrific Thursday. Jay is right that awareness is key. You can get a free guide to awareness at enjoylifesafely.com when you sign up for the newsletter. So do that if you haven't yet. And I will see you all tomorrow.